Hey everybody, Rust Quick Electric here today with my friend Donovan B. We'll be showcasing a use for the customizable time sequence in which Donovan B created a automatic shooting range example. We'll be going through the wiring as well as explaining how it works. I hope you guys enjoy.
Alright, so here's a quick build for the small firing range. Here we have the generators that we're going to be using for power. I have them all going into root combiners. Here we're splitting it off with a branch, putting it into a switch to toggle the whole system. It comes off to the right here to power these two splitters with a splitter. That goes off to power timers and RAN switches that we'll get to in a second. But the switches come here to toggle, to go in through these 5 electrical branches so that the power gets delayed, so it powers the timers before they're actually toggled. They come through this OR switch that goes up to a timer. The timer toggles for 1 second. It goes and trips this electrical branch with this RAN switch, resetting the previous RAN switch and powering this one, doing the true or false, which would activate one of the doors. Then it becomes, it has this blocker over here that toggles the other timer, and that timer goes to the next part of the series, which this looping sequence that Quick Electric used, what I made, comes to the other RAN that opens this other door. And so if we were to turn it on, the timers will start looping and trigger true and false for both RAN switches. So you can go ahead and...
Now that Donovan gave us a simple 2-step version of the time door sequence, we're going to go ahead and go back to the original build. Now to walk you through the actual wiring of the larger setup, we have the switch at the front which comes into the initial branch. The branch will then come off with the branch out into this 5-branch delay. Now the reasoning behind the delay is to handle an exception where if the OR switch is receiving 2 power inputs at the same tick, there's a potential that it might not actually trigger and it will block itself. That has to do with the current flow through of power in the game, and it can be easily remedied with this simple delay. So this delay is at about a millisecond. It then allows the flow through of power to come into the input of the OR switch. Now the other input of the OR switch, which is input A, comes from the final blocker of our sequence. So you'll see that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 step timed sequence. The final output of the blocker will come down into the input A of the OR switch, which will allow for that reset of a toggle. The OR itself powers out into the first timer of the sequence. All 6 timers will be set to a delay of 1 second, or obviously configured to whatever you want because they are configurable. The output of the first timer comes into our electrical branch with a branch power of 12. The branch out will come into the branch to the left, which is our 4 power branch, and this setup was the one that was showcased in the customizable timed sequence video that I've done. The branch out will come into the blocker, power in, and the other one will head out into the other branch of the sequence. Now, you'll see that this power out of the branch is coming across into the first branch RAN sequence. Now, this is the creation of Donovan B, in which the branch out will be powering the RAN switch set, as well as the RAN switch reset of a different switch. Now in total you have 6 RAN switches for 6 doors, of which every set and reset is set by a different branch from a time sequence branch. The rest of the output of the first 12 powered branch goes into the block pass-through of the first blocker setup. It will block the pass-through of power after a tick's been sent off. The power tick will go into the next timer. It will toggle the second timer, and then it will come up into the next sequence, in which it follows the exact same pathway as the first, the only difference being that it goes into the next RAN set reset of the sequence. you'll see that it's set to 12 as well as 4 again, as in the time sequence video. And it will continue on until you get into the final block pass-through portion, which, as I said at the beginning, flows right back down and into the input A of the OR switch. As with any video, I welcome you guys to check out the Discord as well as the new server, and also I have a link to Donovan's Discord in the description of the video. He's a fantastic electrician as well as a very kind person. He's more than willing to help you hop on in, learn some new things, and share some of your own. I wish you guys the best day, and thanks as always.